Red Sea. 4 submarine cables just went dark. That's 25% of all data traffic between Asia and Europe. Severed. Stay with me because this was not an accident. What it reveals about the global economy's physical backbone and what it means for the next phase of infrastructure warfare is the story that requires telling. The specific systems are CCOM, AAE-1, EIG, and TGN. This is not a slowdown. This is a physical break. Initial reports blame a ship's anchor, but the depth is 150 meters, far too deep for a standard anchor drag. And the damage is not in one location. It is distributed. The internet is not a cloud. It is a collection of physical tubes on the ocean floor. 99% of all transcontinental data traffic runs through these cables. And 16 of the most critical run through a single geographic choke point. The Bab el-Mandeb Strait, the Gate of Grief. It's only 29 kilometers wide at its narrowest point. A single point of failure for 2 continents. Let's talk about the physical vulnerability. These cables are roughly the diameter of a garden hose. They are armored near the shore, but in deep water they are unarmored. Resting on the seabed. Exposed. Waiting. Cutting them requires no advanced technology. Just a boat. And the will to do it. The actor is believed to be the Houthi movement in Yemen. They control hundreds of kilometers of coastline directly overlooking the cable routes. Months ago, a Houthi-affiliated Telegram channel published a map. It showed the cable routes. It suggested they were a target. This was not a threat. It was a statement of capability. The official Houthi leadership denies the attack. But in infrastructure warfare, attribution is a weapon. The goal is not just to break the system. It is to create chaos about who broke it. Let's talk about the data cascade. Traffic that took 80 milliseconds to get from Mumbai to London now takes 170 milliseconds. That difference is not an inconvenience, it's an economic disaster. High-frequency trading algorithms depend on microsecond advantages. An extra 90 milliseconds means they cannot compete. They simply turn off. The impact is not just financial, it is civilian. In Djibouti, internet connectivity dropped by over 50% instantly. Businesses go offline. Hospitals lose connections. Governments are isolated. The system that provides redundancy is the same system that is now overloaded. Every other cable is now carrying traffic it was not designed for. This creates a new vulnerability. A single, further cut could be catastrophic. Let's talk about the repair. There are fewer than 60 of these specialized cable ships in the entire world. Most are already on contract. Most are thousands of miles away. The repair itself is a slow, methodical process. It takes weeks, and that assumes a safe environment. But the Red Sea is not a safe environment. The repair ship needs a permit from the Houthi-controlled authorities to enter Yemeni waters. The entity that likely cut the cable must now give permission to fix it. This is not a technical problem. This is a geopolitical hostage situation. Any repair operation is now a target. The ship cannot work without protection, which means a civilian repair mission has become a military operation. Every day of delay cost the global economy an estimated $100 million. This is the new calculus of infrastructure warfare. Let's talk about the strategic implication. This attack was not sophisticated. It was simple, and it worked. It has demonstrated a critical vulnerability at the heart of the globalized world. Other choke points exist: the Strait of Malacca, the English Channel, the Luzon Strait. Every one of them is now a potential target. The assumption of infrastructure safety is over. This is not about cyber warfare, hacking the code. This is about kinetic warfare, cutting the wire. The attacker does not need to be a state. They just need a motive and a low-tech capability. The integration that makes the global network efficient is the same integration that makes it fragile. A single break causes a systemic cascade. There is no military vocabulary for this kind of attack. It exists in a gray zone. Not quite war, not quite peace. So, from this morning forward, the rules have changed. Here is what the Red Sea cable cut means. It means the digital world has a physical, vulnerable, and now contested geography. It means economic security for billions is dependent on a few dozen unarmored wires. And it means the next world war might not be fought with nuclear weapons, but with grappling hooks. The playbook has been written, and it has been proven to work. The threshold once crossed cannot be uncrossed. The dispute is over who controls the flow of information, not the content of the information, the physical conduit itself. The wreckage is digital. The consequences are real. The repair ships are still waiting. The latency is the new reality. The Red Sea and the cables are still dark.